This is Channel 7's Eyewitness Chicago with Terry Murphy.
I love it. I think that's part of it now. You know, the more I do, the better I like it. I enjoy school very much, you know. I think my whole motive isn't just to achieve a better job and a better income. It's because I personally get a lot of satisfaction out of it, of learning.
I'm Terry Murphy, and welcome to Eyewitness Chicago. The auction block in an Antioch, Illinois grade school symbolizes a year-long study of how money works. Bob Petty will have that report. Sylvia Cisneros will take us to Wright College in Chicago, where women coming back to school are getting a helping hand. If you're over 21, perhaps married with children, the idea of going back to college can be frightening. Sylvia Cisneros will report on a program to make the adjustment easier when Eyewitness Chicago continues. Getting a college degree is just a dream for many women, but Wright College believes with the proper support, even women with heavy family responsibilities can make it.
Should I be in school? You know, do I deserve to be here? Am I? And it sort of is a feeling of, yeah, you should be here. You belong here. You're intelligent. You're a human being, right? You have a right. You know,
Susan Nicole and other women in this seminar are not ordinary college students. This is a special group. Their ages, backgrounds, and lifestyles differ, but they share a common desire, a new life and higher education. These women are seeking a second chance. Most are mothers, some are married, many are divorced, but all want to get a college degree they had written off. That goal is no longer impossible. It's been made possible by this woman.
I was thinking that perhaps we could look back on the year or the several years that you've been here, thinking back to what it was like when you first came.
Sylvia Halperin's title is chairperson of the counseling department at Wright College. But for this group, she's the inspiration that brought many of them back to school. 4 years ago, she started the Women's Reentry Program at Wright. At that time, she had only 2 students. Now, 250 are enrolled. That growth came from Sylvia going out into the neighborhoods, recruiting women who had been trapped by the belief that they have no rights of their own.
They belong to their husbands, to their children. That their responsibility is to do the laundry as they talk, to cook, take care of family. The other thing is that every woman should be able to support herself and not to feel that because I am married, I don't have to worry. And so to do that, for example, I will try to talk to them about the fact, it's a statistic that men tend to die before women. And if a woman is left a widow, she cannot collect Social Security for herself until she's 60. And if she has nothing to offer in the employment market, she can't get a job.
When I went to college, I was typical of most of the younger students here. I went to school full-time, lived at home, had a car, and a part-time job. I thought my life was rough. But after talking to women in this program, I found out how easy my college days were.
I worked as a clerk in an office. I cleaned the Xerox machine. I ran errands, you know, things like that. And I felt I could do more than that. But in a, you know, the business world is a credential-oriented world, and I figured I needed the credentials. Even though I felt I had the ability, I couldn't get a better job than that, or a waitress job. I worked as a security guard once. It was fun, but it wasn't paying that well, and it wasn't that fulfilling. And I think with a degree, I can do a lot better for my children and for myself. I go through times where I think I'm going to have to give it up. I can't make it at home, and I'm living on a bare minimum, and my kids are doing without things, and I am. And that part is really hard, but the other angle, yeah, I think I can do it.
Divorced and mother of 2, Judith found herself without an education, a skill, or money. She's now majoring in business administration. Judith believes too many women settle for less than they're capable of doing.
I think the main thing is to do something for yourself and try it, you know. You just take the chance. You have to take a chance, and it's maybe a little harder when you're older, but it pays off in the long run.
For Hazel Johnson, the first problem was scheduling, a conflict that was solved once she joined Sylvia's program. But she still saw her age as a major stumbling block.
I was working on an assembly line. I had a heart attack, and the doctor told me that I could not go back to assembly work. So he said, you could go to work in an office. Could you see me, 48 years old, going into you, if you were an employer, and say, I'm 48 years old and I need a job in the office and I have nothing to offer you, just me. And he would tell me, well, you can imagine. And I came to write, to get something to offer somebody. And now I feel like I can go out in the world and offer it.
I'm a waitress and I have a 4-year-old daughter, and after she was born I separated from my husband and I've been a high school dropout, and I thought, now what am I going to do with my life? I'm 18 years old and I have a baby and I have no education, and I thought I went back and finished high school, and then I thought, well, let's try college. And I got in here and I thought, I can do something with my life. I can do something other than waitress, which I don't want to do for the rest of my life, and I can maybe find a career and be self-supporting and totally independent.
These women have much to offer each other. That's why Sylvia has these weekly group sessions to clear the air, to discuss problems of home and school. It's here that these women find the support and confidence to continue.
I have a special need because I come a long distance. I live as far north as I can and almost as far east, and it's a distance for me. And I'm not going to come for an 8 o'clock class and then drive back to the north side and then come back for a 3 o'clock class in the afternoon. So it was very important that I could schedule things together, and we worked it out, and it came out just fine.
Your children are grown.
The Women's Reentry Program at Wright College is not a free ride for these women. Once their schedules are worked out and their courses selected, they must work hard to make it. This week, 17 members of the program did just that, and we'll see the results when Eyewitness Chicago continues.
What are some of the things that...
For the 17 graduates in the Women's Reentry Program, this evening ceremony has special significance. They have fought unusual odds to complete these 2 years of college, and they have done well.
I'm learning about myself and about other people and how to communicate. And the learning process is just so important for women. Every day you learn something new, and even if you have no reason to pursue a career, just to learn. It's so important for women to realize who they are and what they can do with themselves, what their potential is, and to know what's going on about them.
After graduation, I have an interview for a job with an offer to pay for a continual education. So to say I'm 50 and I'm over the hill is definitely out. I'm 50 and I'm still running.
Over half of the women will graduate with honors. 2 members of the group will receive the Dean's Award for High Scholarship, the top honor award. Susan and Hazel are among those receiving their degrees tonight. Like their colleagues, they have a special feeling for Sylvia Halpern, who gave them the extra push to make the plunge back into school.
The driving force behind the program. The chancellor was present at a meeting on a Saturday where there was a social for these people. Very impressed with the dedication, the desires, the ability of the people involved. And one of the things he asked me to do this evening is to make this special announcement that the chancellor is going to recommend a special promotion from associate to full professor for Sylvia Halpern.
Sylvia Cisneros reporting for Eyewitness Chicago.
Hazel Johnson, Rita Johnson, Susan Nickel, Loretta O'Malley,